Section: Introduction. In this section, we discuss how pre-trained language models, LMs, are often fine-tuned to better suit new tasks or domains. Fine-tuning allows us to adjust a base model for various tasks using only a small amount of specific data. However, fine-tuning the entire model can be costly, especially for very large LMs. Parameter-efficient fine-tuning, PEFT, methods aim to reduce the high costs of full fine-tuning by updating only a small portion of the model's weights. This approach saves memory and training time, and PEFTs have been proven to perform similarly to full fine-tuning in many practical scenarios. Adapters, a common type of PEFTs, learn modifications that can be applied to a subset of model weights or an additional set of weights that work alongside the original model. Recent adapters like LoRa and its variants, such as DORA, decrease the number of trainable parameters by using low-rank approximations instead of full-weight matrices during training. QLORA demonstrates that high-precision adapters can be trained on top of low-precision models without losing performance. Adapters are generally more efficient and effective than methods introducing new model components like prefix tuning. A key feature of current PEFTs is that they adjust weights rather than representations. However, previous research has shown that representations contain valuable semantic information, suggesting that modifying representations could be a more powerful alternative to weight updates. In this paper, we introduce representation fine-tuning, ReFT, as a way to manipulate a small portion of model representations to guide model behavior for solving tasks during inference. ReFT methods can be seamlessly integrated into weight-based PEFTs. Our approach is inspired by recent work on LM interpretability that alters representations to understand causal mechanisms and control model behavior during inference. We focus on a specific instance of ReFT called Low-rank Linear Subspace ReFT, LoReFT, which intervenes on hidden representations within a low-rank projection matrix's linear subspace. We evaluate LoReFT on various models and benchmarks, showing that it outperforms existing PEFTs in terms of efficiency and effectiveness. In summary, ReFT methods show promise as more efficient and effective alternatives to weight-based PEFTs by focusing on modifying representations rather than weights. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce the concept of parameter-efficient fine-tuning, PEFT, methods, which aim to reduce the high costs associated with full fine-tuning of large language models, LMs, by updating only a small fraction of weights. We focus on representation fine-tuning, ReFT, methods, which train interventions to manipulate a small fraction of model representations instead of adapting model weights, showing promising results with methods like low-rank linear subspace ReFT, LoReFT, achieving state-of-the-art performance with significantly fewer parameters compared to weight-based PEFTs like LoRa. Section: Interventional Interpretability. In this section, we delve into the concept of interventional interpretability. Recent studies have utilized interventions within the framework of causal abstraction to investigate how language models, LMs, implement different behaviors. By intervening on linear subspaces of representations, there is growing evidence that human interpretable concepts like gender, number, logical and mathematical reasoning, and entity attributes are encoded linearly. We introduce the ReFT family of methods, starting with the core motivation derived from intervention-based model interpretability. This motivation leads us to low-rank linear subspace ReFT, LoReFT, and then extends to a broader family of ReFT methods. Throughout our discussion, we focus on a transformer-based LM that generates contextualized representations for sequences of tokens. The LM processes a sequence of input tokens and produces a series of hidden representations through multiple layers. Each hidden representation is a vector in a certain dimensional space. The final hidden representations are used by the LM to make predictions. We consider both autoregressive LMs and masked LMs in our experiments. The linear representation hypothesis suggests that concepts are encoded in linear subspaces of representations in neural networks. By using interventions and causal abstraction, we can establish the role of neural network components in implementing specific behaviors. A distributed interchange intervention involves manipulating representations to test if a concept is encoded in a linear subspace. This intervention is defined using a low-rank projection matrix to find linear representations in LMs. We introduce Low-rank Linear Subspace ReFT, LoReFT, as a method to control model generations through interventions. LoReFT edits representations in a subspace to align with a linear projection, aiming to improve task label predictions. The parameters of LoReFT include a low-rank matrix, a linear projection, and a bias vector. We freeze the LM parameters and apply LoReFT to both generation and classification tasks. The training objective varies based on the task, such as language modeling for generation tasks and cross-entropy loss minimization for classification tasks. Section Summary. In this section, we explore intervention-based interpretability methods, focusing on the ReFT family. We introduce Low-rank Linear Subspace ReFT, LoReFT, as a way to control model behavior by editing representations in a subspace to align with desired values, showing promise for adapting language models for various tasks efficiently. By using interventions to manipulate representations in neural networks, we aim to enhance interpretability and control over model outputs, particularly in language modeling and classification tasks. Section: The ReFT family of methods. In this section, we present the ReFT family of methods. We can easily extend the concepts discussed earlier to create a group of intervention-based representation fine-tuning methods. First, we define an intervention as a modification of hidden representations during the model's forward pass. An intervention consists of three components: an intervention function that changes the representations, a set of input positions where the intervention is applied, and the layer at which the intervention occurs. We implement an intervention by overriding certain representations after computing them at a specific layer. This modification affects the representations computed in subsequent layers. A ReFT method is a collection of non-overlapping interventions, each with its own set of parameters. These interventions act on hidden representations during the model's forward pass. We demonstrate how various existing inference time intervention methods fit into this framework in section Defs. To evaluate LoReFT against other PEFTs, we conduct experiments on 4 different NLP benchmarks comprising over 20 datasets. Our aim is to assess how LoReFT performs in different scenarios across tasks like common sense reasoning, arithmetic reasoning, instruction following, and natural language understanding. We compare LoReFT with existing PEFTs such as prefix tuning, adapter tuning, LoRa, and DORA, focusing on performance and parameter efficiency. When using LoReFT in practice, we need to determine the number of interventions to learn, the layers and input positions to apply them on, and whether to tie intervention parameters across positions in the same layer. By learning interventions on a fixed number of prefix and suffix positions in the prompt, we simplify the hyperparameter search space and ensure a consistent additional inference cost. We define untied and tied variants of LoReFT interventions based on whether the parameters are shared across positions in the same layer. Additionally, when applying untied LoReFT to a prompt with a length less than the total number of prefix and suffix positions, we adjust the intervention positions accordingly. We also tune neural network training hyperparameters. Our hyperparameter tuning is done solely on development sets to avoid any overlap with test sets. Further details on hyperparameter configuration and tuning for each benchmark are provided in section HPROM. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce the ReFT family of methods, which involves defining interventions as modifications to hidden representations in transformer-based language models during the model forward pass. These interventions consist of functions that overwrite representations at specific layers and positions, forming a set of non-overlapping interventions known as ReFT methods. We evaluate LoReFT across various NLP benchmarks, comparing its performance and parameter efficiency against existing methods like prefix tuning and adapter tuning, and propose a hyperparameter configuration strategy for learning interventions on fixed prefix and suffix positions in the prompt. Section: Common Sense Reasoning. In this section, we replicate the experimental setup from previous studies and adjust the Llama 17B and 13B models using a combined dataset of 8 common sense reasoning tasks, COMMONSENSE170K. We present the scores for each task individually and compare them with benchmarks from previous works. The datasets consist of multiple choice problems where the model must generate the correct choice without providing rationales. We fine-tune the hyperparameters based on the model's performance on a development set created from the GSM-8K training set. The results, shown in the Common Sense _result table, demonstrate that LoReFT achieves state-of-the-art performance in common sense reasoning tasks. Similarly, we conduct experiments on arithmetic reasoning tasks by adjusting the Llama 17B and 13B models using a dataset of 7 arithmetic reasoning tasks, MATH10K. We evaluate the correctness of the final numeric or multiple choice answers. The hyperparameter settings for this experiment are the same as those used for the common sense reasoning benchmark. The results, presented in the math_result table, indicate that LoReFT does not perform as well in arithmetic reasoning tasks compared to other methods but outperforms prefix tuning. The findings suggest that LoReFT may face challenges in chain-of-thought reasoning tasks due to the complexity of the task. For instruction-following tasks, we fine-tune the Llama 27B model with ultrafeedback and compare it with other methods. We use the Alpaca Eval version 1.0 for evaluation and follow a similar prompt template as in the previous experiments. The ultrafeedback dataset provides high-quality instructions, and our hyperparameter tuning is based on the Alpaca 52K dataset to prevent overfitting. The results in the ultrafeedback_result table show that LoReFT outperforms other fine-tuning methods and achieves a win rate close to GPT 3.5 Turbo 1106, even when using fewer parameters or data. This suggests that LoReFT is effective for long-form text generation tasks and could be a valuable tool for evaluating instruction tuning datasets efficiently. Section Summary. In this section, we replicate the experimental setup for common sense reasoning tasks by fine-tuning Llama 17B and 13B on a combined dataset of 8 tasks, achieving state-of-the-art performance with LoReFT. We also explore arithmetic reasoning tasks, finding that LoReFT performs better with the 13B model, indicating scalability with model size, but faces challenges with chain-of-thought reasoning compared to single-step tasks. Additionally, we delve into instruction-following tasks, showcasing that LoReFT outperforms other fine-tuning methods, even with reduced parameters, demonstrating its potential for long-form text generation and quick evaluation of instruction tuning dataset quality. Section: Natural Language Understanding. In this section, we evaluate LoReFT on the GLUE benchmark compared to other PEFTs. We conduct experiments to demonstrate that LoReFT performs well even with small-scale language models and can enhance representations for classification tasks, not just text generation. We fine-tune Roberta Base, 125M, and Roberta Large, 350M, on GLUE, a benchmark for natural language understanding tasks like sentiment classification and language inference. For proper evaluation on the GLUE validation set, we split the set into 2 parts using a random seed and select the best model based on validation accuracy for testing accuracy assessment. We tune our hyperparameters separately for each task, following the standard practice for PEFTs. To prevent overfitting to specific random seeds, we tune our models with a fixed seed and present averaged results across this seed and 4 other unseen seeds. Detailed hyperparameter tuning experiments are described in the appendix. Our results, presented in the GLUE_result table, show that LoReFT achieves similar performance to PEFT methods for both model sizes when compared with RED. the previous most parameter-efficient PEFT for this task. Complete results with standard deviation are available in the glue_result_with_std table. To facilitate the transition from PEFTs to ReFT, we introduce PyReFT, a Python library designed for training and sharing ReFTs. This library is based on PyVeeam, a tool for conducting activation interventions on various PyTorch models. We have made our library available on Pippy. PyReFT supports any pre-trained language model on Hugging Face for fine-tuning with ReFT techniques, and the fine-tuned models can be effortlessly uploaded to Hugging Face. An example is provided to demonstrate how to wrap a Llama 27B model with a single intervention on the 19th layer's residual stream output. The wrapped model can then be trained for downstream tasks. Additionally, we offer data loading utilities to prepare training data compatible with Hugging Face trainers.